Come on down to Big Bozarino's cow stable. We buy horses, we send them, we breed them, we race them, we do all that good stuff. Bring them. What is going on, people? As you can see, we are knee deep in this ranch over here, and we're talking about digital horse racing. Now, yes, this is as dope as it sounds. I came across Zed.Run, it was a couple weeks ago on Twitter, and as soon as I found that you could pretty much gamble, but instead of just like a regular casino, it's like racing. Why not? Who doesn't like gambling and horse racing? No, playing. So we're gonna get into actually how the game works, really pretty much how the actual platform itself works. And then we're going to go into the tokenization and the blockchain part of all this. So the first thing I want to get into is the stable. So you can store all your horses here, whether you get them from OpenSea, whether you get them from Zed.Run themselves, or whether someone just transfers it over to you. Your wallet's actually built into the browser itself. If not, you can use MetaMask, and you'll essentially be able to see all your horses from one location, i.e. your stable, just like any other stable would work, right? And the cool thing is, again, as you can clearly see, you can rename your stable, again, minus Big Bozarinos, obviously. And it's just, I guess, a way to really show off your horses so you can really flex, I guess you could say, right? It's kind of similar to how, over here in New York, we got people walking around with Supreme, Bape, Adidas, Y3, all that crap. Same thing, you're flexing your genotypes and your breed lines of horses. And we're actually going to get into that in a little bit. But it's pretty much a central location for people to see, where your horses are and what they are. So when you go ahead and start to race your horse, you're going to notice that there are a couple of different classes to choose from Class 1, Class 2, Class 3, Class 4, Class 5, as well as the Griffin class. So the cool thing is that, you can't actually participate in all 6 different classes. I think it really just depends on how powerful your horse is. But the cool thing is that some of these actually have free races that you can participate in. Now, obviously, the prize pool isn't going to be that much since it's free to get in. However, for some of the ones that you are willing to pay, to get in, I mean, the prize pool can be up to $300, literally $300, just crazy. And with that being said, now that we know how to kind of race our horses, let's find out how to actually get a horse. Now, when it comes to choosing a horse, you can get them from a couple of different locations. Mainly OpenSea and Zed.Run, like their marketplace that they actually have built into the website. You can pick there too. Personally, I would recommend going to OpenSea only because they have a wide variety of different horses that people are selling rather than just the people over at Zed.Run. Because you're only going to find some of the lower tier horses within their marketplace, since it's like the main location, and they're all the good ones are sold out already. So OpenSea is a third-party marketplace, much like Rarible, if you've seen one of my videos on that. So that's where I'd recommend getting it, because again, reminder that these horses are non-fungible tokens, or NFTs, which is really dope. And they also have their specific attributes that go along with them as well. So let's go ahead and give you a rundown, actually, of the horse that I have. My horse is McQueen, Generation Z8, Elite, Bloodline, and Nakamoto. Gender, what does it say gender? Colt. Coat, Atomic Tangerine. Honestly, bro, that Atomic Tangerine, that's why I copped it. Actually, no, that's a lie. McQueen is why I copped it. That sounds fire. And honestly, I think when I first got the horse, I'm pretty sure that actually I thought that they were automatically named, like the name was automatically generated by the smart contract or whatever. But I think it's actually user generated. So like when you breed 2 horses together, you can actually make a name for it, and yeah, whatever. So I thought McQueen was like dope because, oh shit, that's such a cool name to randomly generate. Anyways, McQueen's fire, bro. McQueen's fire. We got our stable. We got our horse. And now it's just time to choose a race. Let's take a look. All right, now when choosing a race, there are a couple things that you can keep in mind. Number 1 is the location. I think the location is kind of dope. Honestly, I don't think it makes a difference because the racetrack looks the same. But you can still, if you have a bias towards the Ukraine, then you can just race over there. Event type, which is going to be the class that your horse can race in. The distance, which is how long the actual racetrack is. The entry fee, which is how much you're going to pay, of course, to enter. The prize pool, obviously what you might win if you end up winning. And how many horses are already registered. So usually, I was going to try to enter the Ukraine Open, but I'm having some issues with that. So let's go ahead and try the Spanish 2000 Guineas. Ooh, looks like I could potentially win this. Relight my fire. Never mind, I'm not winning that one. Let's try it anyways. All right, we got McQueen. Let's do it. $10. Come on, let's sign this transaction. Let's get a move on. Oh, we're in there, baby. Woo! Let's go. All right, so we'll be back when McQueen's actually going to go ahead and race. So as you can see, we're at the starting line just a couple of hours later. I wasn't actually prepared. As you can see, I'm wearing a hat and my little bathrobe there, but we're off. So something to keep in mind here is that all of these horses have different types of, breed lines, genotypes, and, they're all just different in their own regard. As you can see, McQueen is on the left to over there, and he's not exactly winning. You'll see him kind of jumping up and down, third place, fourth place, whatever. But the one thing you'll kind of notice is that just because it looks like your horse is winning now doesn't mean it'll actually, come through in the end. You'll see Underdog is actually the winner for most of the time throughout this whole race. And you'll actually see kind of near the top there where there's actually a distance marker to show how far away you are from the actual finish line. And that's how you know when you really have a chance or not. Just because your horse is first or last in the beginning doesn't mean they're going to be first or last near the end. So if we take a look, it's always the one that's the most low key. Like for this race, I shit you not, I was literally watching this the whole entire time, and right near the end, if you see that, Hypersonic just booms straight up all the way near the top. He's passing Underdog. He's passing, what does it say? Right for my ride. And this dude just kills it, literally right at the end. Look at that. Obliterates the competition. Oh my god. Oh god, great. They've actually rewarded over $250,000 worth of, I guess, ETH since when they started, Z.Run, and now. So pretty much people have won over $250,000 just racing digital horses, which is dope. And more recently, Z.Run also partnered with the Matic network. And if you're not familiar with Matic, they actually use what's called the Plasma framework pretty much as a layer 2 solution for Ethereum. Since the gas fees are so high and they take so long to actually complete, something like horse racing or betting, I guess you could say, is going to need something more instantaneous and cheaper, of course. So using Matic, they're able to have cheaper transactions and breakneck speeds, straight up. So there are a couple of other things that you can do with your racehorse, such as, of course, obviously racing them, but you can also put them in what we call the stud service. This is pretty much where you can, it's kind of, I don't know if I like this. You can pretty much put up your horse's body for sale, if you know what I'm getting at. Think of it as like the red light district, but for horses. Pretty much, where like if you have like your own horse and you want little McQueen over here to breed with one of them, with one of the nicer ones to get, like a good bloodline son or daughter horse, you can do that. But obviously, the higher the tier of horse in that stud service, the more you're going to end up paying. Damn, that is kind of messed up. I didn't even think about that. Ooh. All right, so let's get into the tokens. In this case, there are two different tokens, one called Dez and one called Zest. Dez is an ERC20 token that is actually going to be distributed to people who own those Genesis racehorses. There are only about 38,000 in existence as of the writing of this, and I'm pretty sure that's going to be the max that's ever allowed. But you can stake it so you can race for free. You can stake it so you can earn some Ethereum. You can stake it and earn Zest, which is the other token. Or you can actually, again, stake it and earn exclusive NFTs such as, wearables, skins, racetracks even, all to pretty much personalize your racehorse / stable. Now, again, as of the making of this video, I did mention that you can race for free if you have Dez. You can actually race for free right now if you have a Griffin class horse. So pretty much one of the lower tier horses. And again, you wouldn't win that much even if you won. But the actual tokenomics for Dez, it seems like will be taken into effect early next year, 2021. Now we have Zest, which is actually built on the Near blockchain. And as far as I'm concerned, they're actually working with some Ethereum devs, or not Ethereum devs, but they're working with the team to potentially bridge over Zest from the Near blockchain onto Ethereum as well. So it's interoperable, which is a great idea, by the way. I love interoperability. But there's two main things that you can do with Dez, from what I understand. You can purchase NFTs on a marketplace. In this case, I think it's Mintbase, which is going to be that specific marketplace. you can purchase NFTs from. And you can also go ahead and get discounts pretty much when you're breeding and when you're buying into a race. So Zest seems kind of like I almost want to say like an ecosystem token, where it's kind of like cash back, you know what I mean, for like a certain store. Whereas Dez is more along the lines, probably going to be that governance token that everyone's most likely going to have a lot more of. Part of the reason why I am making this video is not only because I found it interesting, but also just because of where Zed really stands within the crypto space. So naturally, the majority of blockchain-based games, they're all some form of gambling. Most of the games that you're going to see, they're mainly based off of like, how do you say, like casinos, pretty much. They all look like casinos where you're spinning a wheel and you're hoping for the best. You're hoping for all these numbers coming up and down the screen and all this stuff. The reason why I like Zed.Run a little bit better is just because it doesn't present itself as like a gambling game. Obviously, it is gambling at the end of the day, which should be made clear. But it pretty much carries itself as something more than that. Like pretty much a platform to race your digital horses. And they utilize NFTs. They utilize more than one blockchain. They utilize layer 2 scaling solutions with Matic. And to me, it's just so much technology built into one game that is on the surface so simple. But in reality, I'm sure it's a lot more complicated than that. Honestly, it really is. I actually ignored most of the tokenomics for this video just because I knew most people probably wouldn't be interested in it. Obviously, if you are, you can actually click down below. I'll leave a link where the team is actually asking for feedback on it. However, yeah, that's why I wanted to talk about it, because I thought it was a cool game. It doesn't seem like there's much talk about it now. I bought my horse, so I'm already in. I think any dApp on the Ethereum ecosystem or honestly on almost any slow blockchain ecosystem should take note from Zed and Zed team, because these guys are clearly doing what they got to do to keep innovating. They're giving bounties and rewards and whatnot. I think they just partnered with Maker to do some sort of giveaway as well. If you name your horse Maker or Zed or something like that, they're doing a bunch of great stuff over there. So shouts out to the team. And yeah, with that being said, will you guys be buying a racehorse? And if you already have one, what are the stats? Comment down below, bro. There's no way you're beating McQueen and I. We got this. Let's go, McQueen. Woo! See you on the next one.